Shomit James here, CEO of Ohm Surgical Solutions, bringing you another episode of the Death of a Spine Salesman podcast. We invited Julie Gifford to this episode. She is a distributor, but you're gonna listen to how she got into the business and how she rose to being a top distributor within California. You do not want to miss this. She's a fierce female. Stay tuned. Guys, thank you for joining me for the Death of a Spine Salesman podcast. I have Julie Gifford here.
Hello.
I've known Julie in a capacity. She was with Ulrich Medical when I was introduced, and she's here at the California Association of Neurological Surgeons in beautiful Aptos, California. Look at that ocean, beautiful Pacific Ocean. Julie, thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.
I picked her out of the conference and asked her to do it just because she's a lovely person and she's got tremendous experience. So, Julie, talk to me.
Yeah.
So you're a spine rep, or your background is in spine.
Yeah, so I started about 14 years ago, kind of forced my way into the industry. I begged someone to hire me for about a year. I was working in a restaurant through college. He finally agreed. And
can you tell me who that was?
Kevin Dunworth.
Okay.
So they're out of Austin, Texas, selling biosciences, SpineSmith, very small company.
Yeah.
He finally agreed to give me a job. Started at a very, minuscule position, kind of just got my feet wet. And
can I ask you, what did you do to actually, be persistent with him to get that job?
Pretty much everything that I've ever done in my career, I have just persistently worked at it. I had another boss that told me a no is not a no, it's just a no for now. And that really stuck with me because even as a female in this industry, it's male dominated.
100%.
I've had to work extremely hard to get to where I am. And I think it just shows kind of my character with that first position. And so he finally gave me an opportunity. And then I decided to move to LA. And I emailed on LinkedIn one of the owners of Zimmer Biomet Spine.
Yeah.
And he told me, I don't know if I can say balls on here, but
you can say balls. By the way, we are not censoring anything.
Okay.
This is going to have a parental guidance kind of message on it that we might swear.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
Because we do a lot of that in our business.
We do, and I think I've had to kind of adapt to that for sure. But he told me, you have balls.
Yeah.
I'll connect you with someone, and that was Scott Norrid, and he
kind of a legend.
Yeah.
I've only heard of him, never met him, but I'd like to meet him someday.
Yeah, so he gave me a position. I started as an associate, started in pediatric deformities,
Wow.
Zimmer Biomet Spine, and then I remember my first.
Was that with Dr. Skaggs?
Yes, yeah.
Wow, now that is a gig.
Yeah, so it was awesome. Just the importance of that job specifically, pediatric deformity and helping these patients. And I also sold the Magic Rod.
Oh my gosh, when it was with Ellipse Technologies.
Correct, yeah. So I kind of helped start all that business and really focused on that. And I loved it. I was actually interacting with patients and distracting the rod and really making sure that they were being taken care of and, getting hugs afterwards. So it was really awesome.
Can I ask you this, because I love asking, spine reps, is there a particular case that you can remember where, and especially that you're dealing with patients, that is awesome. That's kind of why we all do this.
Yeah.
Is there a specific case that you can remember and talk about that just stood out?
I would probably, there's a surgeon, Dr. Scaduto at UCLA, and he had this whole 3D model. The patient was, had idiopathic scoliosis, completely cerebral palsy.
Ugh.
It was just a really dire situation for the patient, and that case specifically was just awesome because over time, you're distracting that rod. Yeah. And I think that, I've been in so many cases. I think it's hard to kind of say.
Yeah. But that's one. The preparation behind that, from 3D printing the actual spine, and then what you have to do tray-wise, and anticipating what you can have, all the various contingency plans. Yeah. People look at spine reps and as we're hauling our sets, and we have 20 plus sets. SPDs, like, go F yourself, don't bring those in. They kind of don't understand we have to dive in. It could be just one instrument that we have to get.
Yes.
But it could not make or break a case, but it can help it significantly.
Absolutely. And I think, I mean, the amount of work that goes into this job, and I've been, starting off on my distributorship now, and
bravo, by the way.
Well, thank you.
That is some balls. They said you have balls, and truly it is, because that's where I stand. That's kind of, been in direct roles, and now a distributor, and I gotta say the grass is so much greener on this end. So I say bravo as you embark on this. Yeah,
thank you. I mean, I think, when I'm interviewing people, I think that there's a lot of people that just think, oh, being a medical rep, it's just a glorified sales position. But in general, if you do not have tenacity, if your work ethic is not there, attention to detail, but I think really what it comes down to is loving what you do and really just wanting to take care of the patients, and just really, impressing the doctors that you work with, being knowledgeable, being, persistent in trying to obtain more knowledge. And I think if you don't have that, then it's not going to work for you, and 100%. You're not going to be successful.
Well, I can tell you this, we're glad that you're in our business, and why I wanted to start this is that I see it going in a direction that I don't like it. When I started, I had the same thought process as you, and it's evolved into something different. And, we truly mean you're the type of individual that you can see patient comes first, servicing the surgeon is paramount. And so I'm just happy that you continue to do it. And I consider you a fierce female, and I think there's a lot of other females getting in this line of work, and they can really learn a lot from you. And if you get an opportunity to mentor back, I highly recommend doing that. And I would like to end it on this. It's like, what can you say to that Julie Gifford 15 years ago that wants to get in this business, and what could you say to them about?
I think it's so funny, because I think that I find myself in that place 15 years ago consistently throughout my career.
Right.
I think this job it can wear on you. It's truly, I mean, the truth is, it's combative. It can be manipulative. It can be really fierce between people. There's so much competition. There's so many people trying to destroy you. When you're in a money-making industry, that can 100%. Be very profitable like this. People will do whatever it takes to tear you down. So to your question, it's like 15 years ago, I probably would say to myself, like, I'm proud of you. You stuck it out. 3 weeks ago, I would say, I'm proud of you, you stuck it out. Like 4 years ago, I would say the same thing. So I think it's just always believing in yourself, like never giving up. I'm not gonna let something take me down. And so for me, I don't give up. So, and I'll stay consistent, but it is wearing.
Yeah, no doubt,
no doubt.
Trust me, I feel that every day growing up, but then it's like you have that, one successful thing, and we keep coming back for more.
Yeah. So.
But thank you, Julie. You were awesome. You were awesome. You were actually the first person that we've had on.
Okay.
So
well, good.
I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for
I look forward to working together on certain things. So
absolutely.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.